Hi. So I haven't been on in a while. Um, and it is what it is. But I am back. I am excited to be making more videos. And the first one, I thought we'd start off with a haul. I don't buy books too often, but Book Outlet was having a really good deal. They were having their $5.99 fiction sale, and that included hardbacks and paperbacks. And so I got a few. So let's begin. We're gonna start off with the one that I actually did not get from Book Outlet. I bought it from Pango Books, which is like a used book website. I had some points on there from selling books and whatnot. So I got myself a hardcover copy of Once Upon a Marigold. I read this when I was in school, like middle school, I want to say. So like maybe like, I think maybe like 7th grade I read it. It was really good, and I remember just being awestruck by the one of the plot twists that was in here. And I thought it was so well done, and it was like the first book where I was like, this is I noticed how well the writing was, besides going, oh yeah, I really enjoyed this. This is a good book. It was like, this writing is so good, how the foreshadowing was and all of that. And so I got it, and because I don't remember a whole lot of it, and I want to reread it and see if it still holds up. I think it will. But yeah, I've got that book. The next book is actually one I read on Kindle Unlimited, and I loved it so much. It made me ugly cry and like crash out. And that is I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. This is about a boy who, through a way that's not really explained, but kind of explained, but not really, turns into a killer at night. And like how he deals with that. And this one took me by surprise because I was like, oh, teenage slasher, it's gonna be like a horror book. But yeah, then like I said, I ugly cried at it. So yeah, definitely took me for a ride, and I am glad I have a trophy copy of it now. The next book, it's a short little book, super tiny and cute. It is called Haunt Sweet Home by Sarah Pinsker. Don't try and read upside down, it doesn't work. But this is about Mara is her name. She lands a job as a night shift production assistant on her cousin's ghost hunting / home makeover reality TV show, Haunt Sweet Home. And she has to kind of decide what's real and what isn't. I thought it was a really cool concept of like a DIY show dealing with haunted homes. There is a show from Sci-Fi that I've been watching, and it's called Surreal Estate, and it's a fiction show, but it deals with haunted homes, and it's been good so far. I'm only like 4 or 5 episodes in, but it's been good. And so this kind of gave that same vibe, because they're like putting in like fake things for the TV show, but then like maybe some of it's real and not. And it also reminded me of 80s ghosts, because there is like transcripts and stuff. So there's things from like the TV show in there, and that's kind of what 80s ghosts did, and that was a fun book to read. So I'm excited to get into this one. And it's like really short, like I said, like it's like 159 pages. So this like a quick afternoon read. So that's fun. The next book I got is The Last Heir to Blackwood Library by Hester Fox. This is what it looks like. And it is about a woman, Ivy Radcliffe, who at 23 years old inherits an estate. The Blackwood Abbey is what it's called. And it's it is on the Yorkshire moors, which is fun. And it's just like a really dark and like foreboding kind of manner. And there's a library in it, and what I'm getting from it is that it's like the magical library. It says, despite cryptic warnings from the staff, Ivy feels irresistibly drawn to its dusty shelves, where familiar works mingle with strange esoteric texts. And she senses something else in the library too, a presence that seems to have a will of its own. So it sounds like a haunted library. Sounds super cool. And it's kind of like Victorian Gothic kind of vibes. So I am excited to pick this one up. So this is Witch of the Wolves by Kaylee Archer. Beautiful sprayed edges, as you can see. Lovely, magnificent. Wow. This is about Cordelia Levine, who is a witch. She is kind of hidden in the human world, living with her aunt, running an apothecary, and then her dad hires someone to kidnap her because he's an estranged father, and apparently just like going up and asking her to go with him is just not a thing. But then she finds out that she is a witch with secondary werewolf traits. And that's like super rare. So this book is about her dealing with that and the dangers that come with that, and why her dad thought it was such a good idea to just have someone kidnap her. I want to know. The next book is the Marigold Mind Laundry by, oh my gosh, I had it and then it was gone, by Jung Yoon. I hope I'm saying that correctly. With all the K-pop I listen to, you think I'd be able to pronounce the names, but this is about a girl, Jiyoon, who has these powers that she doesn't fully understand, and then she accidentally causes her family to vanish. And she brings this mind laundry into existence with her powers. And so it says, Jiyoon listens while customers share their unhappy memories. As they speak, she transfers their sadness into t-shirts as stains. After a spin in the washing machine, the stains become flower petals that soar into the air, and Jiyoon's customers find solace. This is about 5 specific customers who come in for Jiyoon's help. I just thought it sounded really cool. It sounded like there are those books about the coffee shop and the coffee, don't let the coffee go cold or something like that. There's been a lot of books that sound familiar to this, and yeah, I was just like, this one sounds super cool, and I love the cover of it. It's a little like detergent box, and I'm super excited, and it's translated from Korean into English. So I haven't read a whole lot of translated books either, so I really want to start this one soon. And then this one, I was a little disappointed because it came kind of bent, and I was sad about that. But it's like this, and then there's another book in here that has like is damaged. Oh my gosh. So this book, and then another book that got damaged, which is kind of sucky, but it's like a small damage, so it's not too bad. But this is I'll Be Waiting by Kelly Armstrong. And this is about Nicola, who she has cystic fibrosis. She got diagnosed with it as a child, and she didn't think she'd live to, you know, adulthood. But now she's in her 30s, and she marries this man called Anton. But then he dies in a horrible crash, and then in his final breath, he says, "I'll be waiting for you." And someone who saw the crash is like, that was actually his ghost that said that, not him. And so then like a bunch of spiritualists like come in, like to hound her and everything like that. And it kind of turns her house, it sounds like, into a haunted house. Says Nikolai hears footsteps and voices and the creak of an old dumbwaiter in an empty shaft. And unbeknownst to the others, this isn't Nicola's first time contacting the dead, as she's quickly haunted by nightmares of her past. That's when she finds the first body. So, bit of a murder mystery, bit of a supernatural mystery. I'm excited. This sounds super good. Then we have The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Lind. This, again, sprayed edges, super pretty. I'll show you this is the naked book. Like, what? It's a whole library. It's so cool. And then the end papers, they are the same on both sides. So, but this one is about, it sounds like magical realism because, it says 13 years ago, monsters emerged from the shadows and plunged Kierce's world into a cataclysmic war of near total destruction. The New York City she knew so well collapsed practically overnight. And then there's like a monster treaty, I guess, because the library holds monsters. And Kierce breaks in to the library, but there's a monster inside of it. And she didn't know that. But it says he's charming, quietly alluring, terrifying. But he knows talent when he sees it. It's just a matter of finding her price. And then there's a bargain for her freedom. And, yeah. It sounds very twisty and turny. And who doesn't love a good heist, you know? And then they had Immortal Dark by Tejest Girma. I should have looked up some of these names before filming this, but that would have required forethought. And I can't think 5 minutes ahead. This is, from what I understand, like a vampire book, which is exciting. Yeah. Human bloodlines gain power through vampire companionship. So Kidan Adane, her sister June, disappears, and she is convinced that a vampire stole her, the one who's bound to her family. Suzanyos Sagad. So she's gotta go find her sister. She has to infiltrate the elite Uxley University, where she must survive living with Susanyos. She has to kill him? Oh no. A lost heiress, a soulless vampire, a secret drenched in blood. Yeah, like I said before, vampires get me. And this one, I think, is POC, I believe, which is very interesting. We don't have nearly enough African-American vampires. Oh, hi, I'm back. I had to change spots. My daughter needed a nap, so. Alright, let's continue. Next book is Immortal Consequences by Ivy Marie. Sprayed edges there. And then this is about people who have died. And then there's a school called Blackwood Academy. It says, once a pupil enters the academy's arched gates, there is no way out, except for the decennial, a once-in-a-decade celebration in which a single worthy student is tested and given a choice. Graduate and join Blackwood's magical elite, or cross over to the mysterious other side. This time, though, the rules have changed. This decennial isn't a celebration, it's a competition, and there can only be one victor. So that sounds really good. Always down for a competition, and it's a after world competition, which is super fun. I love that gold foiling. The next book is Boys with Sharp Teeth. This is by Jenny Howell, and this is about Marin James, who her cousin's dead body is found in a creek on the school property of Huntsworth Academy. And Marin knows exactly who's to blame: Adrian Hargraves and Henry Wu, the enigmatic, dangerously alluring leaders of the school's social elite. So she infiltrates Huntsworth to seek justice. But there are some otherworldly secrets and confusing attractions, and two dysfunctional and depraved boys who somehow understand her better than anyone ever has. I feel like I saw a post from the author on my Threads or Instagram or something, and this was based off of, the two boys are based off of members of Stray Kids, maybe? Or members of ATEEZ? I'm not gonna lie, this one kind of looks like Son from ATEEZ. I don't know if you can see that, maybe not. It kind of does, kind of get those vibes. I'm gonna see if I can find that post too, because that intrigued me. And then I didn't think about the book, and then I saw it on Book Outlet, and I was like, $5.99, I'm in. You son of a bitch, I'm in. Sorry. Yeah. I'm excited. Dark Academia is fun. So this is the third book in the Belladonna series. This one is called Wisteria by Adeline Grace. This one follows Blythe, and she, I don't know if I can say too much about it because it's the third book in a series and I don't want to give away spoilers. But the way that the second book ended, I'm excited to see how this one goes. There is someone who I do not like, but he's there, and she's got to deal with him. These books are always so pretty. Like, this isn't even like a special edition. This is just how they are, and it's so pretty, and all of them are like this, and it's amazing. I love it. But I am excited to continue on in this series and finish this series and see what happens with our characters. Like I said, this one follows Blythe, and the other ones have been following Cyrus, her cousin. And I'm excited. And the last book is House of the Beast by Michelle Wong. So this is about, born out of wedlock and shunned by society, Alma learned to make her peace with solitude so long as she had her mother by her side. But when her mother becomes gravely ill, Alma discovers a clue about her estranged father and writes a message begging for help. Little does she know that she is a bastard of House of Vera, one of the 4 noble families that serve the gods and are imbued with their powers. And her father is a vessel of the Dread Beast, the most frightening god of all, a harbinger of death. In desperate exchange for her mother's medicine, Alma agrees to sacrifice her left arm to the beast in a ceremony that will bind her forever to the house and its deity. And then things happen. Well, I guess it says that her mother does die, and then she is trapped inside the grand estate, despised by her relatives, and nothing but a pawn in her father's schemes. And so now she's running on spite and vengeance. And I'm excited to see where this goes. Michelle Wong is a writer and artist from Hong Kong, and she illustrated The Legend of Korra and Goosebumps graphic novels. So I'm excited to see what this entails, and it's even got like little artworks from her. That's so cool. I love when books have little artworks to help you kind of visualize things. And then this is the book that got a little bit damaged. I don't know if you can tell. It's right here, and then the spine got it a little bit. You can't really see it on the cover or on the camera, so it's not too bad. But those are all the books I got in my haul. I'm excited to read them all. I was just whittling down my physical TBR, and then this happened, and yeah. Apparently, I'm trying to make a throne of books that I haven't read yet. But that is it for now. Let me know if you've read any of these books before. Tell me, did you like them? If you like the video, like it. If you want to subscribe and see more of me, go ahead and do that. And if you want to leave me a comment, you can tell me what book you're currently reading. I am currently reading Eragon by Christopher Paolini. I'm about halfway through, and I'm excited to finish that one as well. I love me some dragons. Yeah, other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! But yeah, werewolves. What? Okay.